That's
Clear.
if, Sheikh, if it's haram.
Clear.
Right.
With the cup being empty. I get it. I see where you're covering yourself. For me not to say empty your cup. I get it. Clear. Jazakallah khair. I get it. I'll tell you this. Once again, what you watch is a reflection of you. All right? Now, I'm from the United States. I'm not from no, holy sanctuary, temple I was born in. We grew up watching sports. We grew up watching cartoons. We grew up watching things. We grew up playing sports. That's the part of the culture. So I'm not going to sit in front of you like some holy saint and throw someone off a cliff for watching sports. But the sports that you watch, how often you watch those sports, and what type and what are you into is a reflection of you as a person and of your Islam. So if you're a strong Muslim, then obviously certain sports you're just not going to watch. And if you do watch them, you're only going to binge. You're not going to sit there for hours and just follow and be a hero worshiper of this athlete. Oh, did you see the fight? Yeah, he beat up McGregor. He called him a tap machine. He gave the Muslims pride. And that's it. It's not going to be a thing which I'm stuck on in MMA 24/7. 24/7 look at men's aura. 24/7 look at men with tight shorts on, pounding each other's face into the canvas. So that's one level. Another level is it depends on what you have done in the past. There's some people I would say watch sports because it keeps them from watching things which are 10 times worse,
Right.
that they've been exposed to, or they grew up on and they had to fight hard to get out of. And you have to be mindful of the levels of munkar. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he lived in the times of the Tatars, the Mongols, and the different invasions in the lands of the Muslims. That's a major part of history. So oftentimes when they were at the gates of the Muslims or they had conquered or whatever, when they would go and they would win, obviously they would get drunk, extremely drunk. They would drink. And some of the Muslims who interacted with them, they wanted them to stop drinking so much alcohol. And they wanted them not to enjoy this khamr like they did and dance and have parties. And Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah and others, they would say, let them drink. Because if they get drunk, at least they're just harming themselves. But when they're sober, they kill and they rape and they plunder.
SubhanAllah.
And they take the lives of Muslims and they desecrate Allah's sacred things. Ibn Kathir rahimahullah, he mentions that there were so many books lost in the different wars, whether the Tatars or the Mongols or the Crusades, regardless of the historical contents. Non-Muslims invading Muslim lands. So much so that one time, he says it was a huge, large body of water that was turned blue and black because of the ink of the books that they tossed in the water. It was so much books that were destroyed and disrespected that the water became black. So what's the greater harm now? Them being drunk or them killing Muslims and disrespecting the sacred books? And the same applies to watching sports. There's some brothers I would say, watch sports, no doubt. You need to watch basketball. You need to watch basketball because he used to be watching something which is total debauchery, or something which is total degenerate. So it depends. The different types of music, different things people listen to. Some people, man, music was like this. It's hard to get out of. So I think that when talking about these issues, we got to be mindful of the reality. And if you're a strong, pious Muslim, you don't need to watch those sports. You don't need to watch UFC or MMA, men with their aura, women, basketball, whatever it may be, like I said about the gym. But if you know that going to the gym keeps you away from a girlfriend, going to the gym keeps you out of the club, then I'm going to say go to the gym. Get on the treadmill and go to the gym. If it keeps you out of the club from drinking and smoking and fornicating and getting, tatted up, as they say, right? Getting the tats everywhere. And that is a reality. But a student of knowledge, someone that's serious, who has self-control, I'm going to say, no, you can't go to the gym. No, you don't need to watch this. This is an odor that is exposed. These women, this fake stuff, this cosmetic stuff. Don't watch none of that evil stuff. So I think it depends on the person.
Okay.
And I think that we must be mindful of the Muslim can only win but so many battles. And you have to prioritize. And last but not least is, I've done some videos before talking about sports and talking about the phenomenon of sports. Many khutbahs I talked about this. Okay, I talked about March Madness, 5 minutes of fight about basketball. We talked about Frozen, the Super Bowl, and all of these different sporting events, right? And the saddest part about us as Muslims, if you ask me, is that we watch these sports and we don't learn nothing from them. We don't get no values from sports, and there are many values that you can get from sports. So if you're going to watch them, which you necessarily shouldn't be, but if you're going to, at least get something out of it. And that is, you can't avoid every single punch in boxing. But you allow the enemy to land the insignificant punches to avoid the what? The serious punches. So a brother who has a problem smoking weed, I tell him smoke cigarettes. No doubt. A brother has a problem snorting heroin or cocaine. I tell him smoke weed. It's a reality. A brother has a problem with homosexuality. He may take a girlfriend. Not that it's halal. No. It's not halal. But we talking about the reality of it. He can't avoid every single blow.
Right.
And if you tell him to avoid every blow, he's going to fall and crumble into pieces, and he may leave Islam. But someone that's strong, that's practicing, I say, la akhi, ittaqillah, you can't smoke weed, you can't have a girlfriend. It's haram. And you know it. You're much better than that. But every Muslim isn't on that level. So we got to be mindful of the people. And the Prophet ﷺ, he never commanded his companions to do something that they couldn't.
Right.
He never told his companions to do something that was beyond their natural abilities. Never. He gave them responsibilities, and he knew the companions of different levels. And this is what we learn from the scholars of Islam. And I don't know if we can, type. I think that's more than enough right there.
Yeah,
I don't
Jazakallah khair.
open no cans of worms on your channel.
No, you're more than welcome to, Sheikh. You're more than welcome to.